Hello. Hey, do you know what's really funny? Making a commercial for a zine. Because if you've ever made a zine, you know no one's getting rich off of these things. Zines are labors of love. Little self-published and often self-printed books that never really find their audience unless they're at a zine fest. No, they're not for profit, which is exactly why it cracked me up when Marge Kalhor made a parody commercial to promote my zine Psychedelic Quest. Lately, it's been really important for me to look back at the older work that I've made to understand the work that I'm making today. So today, we're gonna look at this commercial that we made 8 years ago. Psychedelic Quest came out in 2017, and it's a collaboration of 10 artists that I invited, all sharing comics, illustrations, and surreal stories about their psychedelic visions. Making this zine taught me how to make a book, how to risograph print, how to do page layouts without losing my mind, and how to collaborate with other artists. But looking back at this book and the commercial that Marge and I made together, I realized why I love making things with other people. For me, collaborations are chaotic and energizing all at once. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but the way that I like to hang out is by making something together. It takes the pressure off of trying to figure out what do we do now or what should we do together. And it turns hanging out into something that's more creative and something that feels a little bit more productive and interesting to me. Let me know if you're a maniac like me. I think Marge is wired the same way. And when we're together, we start building something. And not that you're asking for life advice, but here's mine for my fellow artists. Find the artists and friends that make you feel like anything is possible, because they're the ones who make collaborations feel effortless. So no overthinking, no ego, no need to explain what you're doing and why you're doing it. It's just that magical what if energy that can turn any ordinary afternoon into a creative playtime. This is exactly how this video came to life. It was a hot August day in Marge Kalhor's LA apartment, and I had just recently finished making this zine, so I brought it over to show it to her. And honestly, I can't remember how it escalated, but at some point, Marge grabbed her lighting kit, her camera, and her tripod. We cleared some space, and then we just hit record. No plan, really basic script, just two girls playing and following curiosity. And I really believe that art comes from this playful place where you're not trying to make a masterpiece or make a big statement, you're just making. So here is this dreamy, chaotic little video from 8 years ago, and a tiny reminder to me what collaborations really matter.
Have you ever wanted to do psychedelics, but you're too old now, or you're trying to get a job with the NSA? Are you stuck reading zines with mostly monochromatic covers? Check out Psychedelic Quest, a brick of the Bay Area's hottest. Get it anywhere.
Okay, so what did you think? Looking at this video 8 years later, honestly, it's super awkward to watch myself as my 2017 version with my undercut and that crazy orange eyeliner. I think I still have that shirt. But the more that I sit with this video, I feel proud. Proud that I was an artist then who actually made things and worked with other mediums. In the process of making the zine, there were a few parts that really broke my brain and were so frustrating. Like page layout and InDesign was just so hard. But there were some parts that I really loved about making Psychedelic Quest, like illustrating the cover and making the collaborators page. So looking back at Psychedelic Quest, it didn't make me money, but it did make me an artist. And when looking at the contents of this zine, I also see fragments of what I'm still doing today. When I reread the introduction to the zine that I wrote in 2017, I see the younger version of myself looking for truth and also looking for healing in those psychedelic experiences. And now it makes more sense. Since 2017, I've even had an Oregon-sanctioned psilocybin session with a licensed therapist. It created a lot of healing and growth and a return to my creative practice. These days, I use meditation more than psychedelics to get there, but the search to understand myself and my work is still there. I can see that same thread in my current Tiny Islands project, where I document my past lives, plant medicine experiences, and really magical, strange dreams that I have over and over again. If you're an artist, it's important to look back at your creative work. Your past work doesn't define who you are, but it is important to see where you came from to see where you're going with your work. Yeah, it might make you cringe or barf, but also it just shows you how far you've come. And for me, this zine and this video feels like a bridge to what I'm making today. By the way, shout out to Marge. She is an incredible artist herself. And if you want to see her unhinged amateur food reviews, go to her YouTube page, whatever, and her website where she shares her paintings and her art videos. Check the link down. Please watch my next video where I talk about what my current projects are. And if you are curious about Psychedelic Quest and you want a copy for yourself, I have the link down below in the description box. And seriously, check out Marge's channel too. Have a great day and make a weird, nonsensical video for something that doesn't need it.